This is Mr. Weideman, Functions Trig class, first block, Lafayette High School. Let's do a couple of our homework problems together. Out of this assignment, we learned how to graph, and now we're going to learn how to translate the secant and cosecant function. Let's talk about this guy just a little bit. In the textbook, it's written as 1/2 cosecant of x over 2. Well, let's rewrite that as a coefficient of 1/2 x. So now we know what b is. So that is going to be a horizontal stretch. Okay, and so we need our t-table, and we have that from class today. And then we're going to do our translation. We have one horizontal stretch and one vertical shrink. So what do I do with the 1/2 in front of the x? Well, I take all my x values and divide by 1/2. The coefficient out front, my a value, what do I do with that? I multiply that to all my y values. All right, remember back in our foldables, and this is really just kind of same old, everybody. It's just a different t-table. All right, let's do our math step. Dividing by 1/2, same thing as multiplying by 2. Let's do all of our y values. Undefined or an asymptote multiplied by a number, it's still going to be undefined, still going to be an asymptote. There's our t-table. Undefines are plotted as asymptotes. You don't have to scale yours the way that I have mine scaled on the y-axis. I just put it like this so the 1/2 was easier to plot. The positive value of 1/2 is a min, and the negative is a max. And how do I know this? Remember, it's a reciprocal of a sine function. So my sine function is actually something that goes in, oops, that's very good, is something that goes in something like that. All right? Okay, so my old maximum of sine function, we're talking about a reciprocal, is now a minimum of its reciprocal function. Same thing here. Used to be a minimum of the sine, is now a maximum of its reciprocal. Okay. Big deal. Just follow the t-table and all that falls in very nicely. Okay, let's do another problem. I picked this one out because of the horizontal shrink. Makes the pi divide out. Always a point of discontent. Right? There's my parent function again. Let's apply our translations. What are the translations that I have to apply? Well, I have to divide the theta, my x values by pi, multiply my y values by -2. Okay, that's going to give me a reflection. Notice what I did in the min and the max is they flipped because I have an x-axis reflection. It is the reason I reversed those. Okay, so there's our t-table with our translations. That's what we plot. Now I changed my x scale to just be integers. We're going to get by with that this semester. It's not really all that proper, but yeah, we're going to get over it. All right, and so I just changed my x-axis to nice, easy to work with integers, and y-axis, you can scale it any way you want. I just picked those numbers, so it would be fairly easy to see. And then that's that problem. So you've only got a few more to do on this assignment, and good luck with it. Should be fairly easy if you just stick with your t-table and stick with what you're supposed to do with your translations.